Okay, let's be honest. Nobody likes missing a run, right? Especially when you're training for a big goal, it feels like you're just falling behind. So this week, I actually got sick myself. On Friday, I started feeling body aches. I had fever, I had sore throat, I had the whole package. I didn't sleep right, so I had a choice to make. Should I push through or do I rest? Do I take a rest day, especially with my long runs coming, right? And that's what I want to talk about it with you today. Should you train while you're sick, especially if you're over 40? So stick around and let's see. So let's talk about the myth and the reality, right? So there's this myth that real runners never skip a workout. But let's be real, running while sick, it's not about toughness, it's about risk. And as you get older, these risks, they just stack up, right? So when you're 20, you might just bounce back from a flu or a cold with no problem in just a few days, right? But when you're 40, when you're 50, your immune system isn't just what it used to be anymore, and your body just won't recover as fast, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? And so pushing it through can turn a simple flu into a long setback and might just make things a lot worse. So there is this thing called the neck rule, right? I don't know if you heard of it, but basically it means that if your symptoms are above the neck, like a runny nose, mild congestion, some light exercise, it's okay, right? Just don't push it. But if your symptoms are below the neck, right, cough, fever, chest tightness, body aches all over the place, then it's a no, hard pass on training. You should rest. And that's exactly where I was this week. I had 2 really tough nights. You can see right here. And that meant skipping my long runs, as hard as it was. And yes, it was mentally painful. My wife just went for her long run. I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do on my Sunday morning? But yeah, she went with it, and I'm here at home talking to you guys. But honestly, it feels like it was a smart choice to make. By the way, if you like these videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's the best way to support us. We need to think of training as a controlled stress environment, right? So when you're healthy, your body adapts and gets stronger while training, right? But when you're sick, your body is already fighting to survive, right? It's already using all of its energy to try to get better, right? So if you add running stress on top of your sickness, you're really not building fitness. You're just digging yourself a deeper hole, right? If you know what I mean. So here's the key, and here's what most people don't realize or they don't want to realize, right? Missing one long run or even a couple workouts will not ruin your marathon. But forcing one workout while sick, yes, that could knock you out for weeks instead of just a couple of days. So keep that in mind. So here's the good news, right? You will not lose aerobic fitness overnight from missing a day or two, right? In fact, research has shown that usually it takes 7 to 10 days of complete inactivity before you even start to see a decline in endurance fitness, right? So taking a couple of days off here and there because you're sick, even when your brain is telling you to suck it up and do it, that's not gonna cost you your fitness. You're not gonna go back and run slower or have a hard time breathing just because of a couple of days or even a week, right? So if anything, resting when you're sick, it sounds stupid saying like that, right? But resting when you're sick actually protects your long-term consistency and fitness, and it actually might make you bounce back stronger. So here are some recovery tips for you, right? What should you do instead when you're sick and bored at home? I know, we get bored, right? So first thing you need to do is prioritize your sleep. Sorry, my pronunciation. Sleep is such a good tool that I've heard actually many professional athletes say this, and I'm paraphrasing, I don't know the exact words, but basically they're saying that if sleep wasn't required for surviving, it would be a banned substance because of the amount of benefits that it has. So go to sleep. Sleep as much as you can while you're sick. It's gonna help you recover, right? The next thing is stay hydrated, right? Drink lots of water, drink lots of electrolytes if you have access to those. Those are also pretty good, right? And I'm also a big fan of just eating plenty when you're sick. Obviously, try not to stock up on just junk food, but just eating plenty, because I truly believe, and I'm not a doctor here, I'm just saying that I truly believe that your body needs as much energy as it can to be able to recover. So go eat whatever, eat away, right? And the next thing is that if you're itching to move and if you're just bored sitting at home, just go out for a walk, go walk your dog, go walk around the block, go do something and try to do some mobility. It's a perfect time to do some mobility because you don't have energy to do much else, right? And then when you come back, keep in mind that try to come back slowly. Don't come back from a sickness with a 30K long run, probably. Or at least try to listen to your body and to see what your body is trying to tell you. So come back slowly, yeah. So the short answer is no, you shouldn't train while you're sick, especially if you're over 40. Listen to your body, win this battle first, get better, and then get back into training. And remember, consistency over time is what builds fitness, not one heroic run while you have a fever so you can feel like you're the next David Goggins, right? But I'm curious though, have you ever ran or trained while sick? Did it help? How did it feel? Did it set you back, right? Drop a story in the comments, because I think a lot of us struggle with this decision. It is a hard one, and I would love to hear from you guys. And of course, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more about my stories, because it can help us a lot. See you next time.